Welcome. Today we explore Sunset to Sunset, our Bantu calendar by Yehunde Badakani. This book uses the Bible side by side with Bantu culture and linguistics to unveil the fascinating connections between Bantu culture and biblical history, at the same time bringing to life the original Bantu calendar. Let's dive into this journey together. Yehunde Badakani is a distinguished author, researcher, public speaker, and cultural revolutionist known for his work on African heritage, spirituality, and identity. His writings focus on reclaiming and reviving indigenous African knowledge systems, particularly those of the Bantu people. Badakani's work in Sunset to Sunset delves into the Bantu calendar's significance and its biblical foundations. Badakani introduces the Bantu calendar, which operates on a lunar solar cycle, and emphasizes a timekeeping system that begins and ends at sunset. This approach is distinct from the Gregorian calendar and reflects a deep connection to the Most High's creations, including the sun, the moon, and seasons of the original Promised Land. As structured around the cycles of the moon and the sun, with each month and season holding particular cultural and spiritual significance. The author highlights how the Bantu calendar aligns with agricultural practices as these events relate to biblical events. The book underscores the importance of the Bantu calendar in preserving cultural identity and spiritual practices. Badakani argues that the calendar is not just a tool for measuring time, but a reflection of the Bantu people's worldview, which is deeply rooted in ancient knowledge. Badakani's book provides a detailed exploration of how this calendar functions and its role in Bantu society. One of the central theses of the book is Badakani's argument that the Bantu people are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. He bases this assertion on a combination of historical, linguistic, and cultural evidence. The author draws parallels between the Bantu's customs, traditions, and beliefs with those described in the Bible, suggesting that the Bible is a duplicate of Bantu culture. He argues that the ancient or biblical Hebrew writing system is simply the original Bantu system, and that their languages are the combination of the original tongue that wrote the scrolls. He references biblical prophecies and narratives that he believes point to the Bantu as the lost tribes of Israel, exploring linguistic similarities between Bantu languages and ancient Hebrew, as well as cultural practices that align with Old Testament laws and customs. He believes these connections provide strong evidence for the Bantu people's Israelite heritage. Badakani examines the location of the original land of Canaan, providing numerous evidence to prove that the Promised Land's original location might be linked to regions today predominantly inhabited by the Bantu. This theory offers new insights into the geographical and historical context of biblical narratives. He also examines the migration patterns of the Bantu migration as it related to the biblical Exodus, suggesting them to be one and the same. Sunset to Sunset. Our Bantu calendar by Yehunde Badakani is not just a historical exploration, but also a call to action. Badakani urges the Bantu people and the wider African diaspora to reclaim their true identities. He argues that understanding one's heritage is crucial for spiritual and cultural revival. The author invites readers to rethink traditional narratives, advocating for the application of the Bantu calendar as a means of reconnecting with one's roots, honoring the true creator, and resisting cultural assimilation into Western paradigms. Badakani provides guidance on how to use the Bantu calendar in contemporary life, suggesting that it can be a tool for spiritual growth, community building, and cultural preservation. He emphasizes its role in fostering a deeper connection to Ubuntu, a reflection on the Creator vis-a-vis to his people. Discover more by reading the book, now available on Amazon. Thank you for joining us. For more insightful content, like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. Stay tuned for more exciting explorations.
Get the book, Sunset to Sunset, Our Bantu Calendar, and discover more about Bantu people's culture, languages, spirituality, and migration history as evidence to prove without a shadow of a doubt that Bantu people are the original biblical Israelites. Learn about the original timekeeping of the ancient calendar of Sabbaths, new moons, and feast days, as these factors unveil the true location of the Promised Land. Find the book on Amazon and on YouBuy for people in Africa. Email the author at yehundebadakani@gmail.com.